Hello everyone and welcome to the location gameplay stream here for the Murder at Castle Nathria expansion. My name is Brian Kibler. I am joined by Leo Robles of the Hearthstone team, and we're gonna talk a little bit about locations and get a chance to play some. So first, I wanna give a chance for you to introduce yourself to the audience and let them know who you are and what you do on the team.
Yeah, so I'm Leo Robles. I'm an associate designer on the initial design team, so that's a lot of the early designing, early mechanics, exploration, all that fun stuff. So yeah, excited to talk about locations.
So yeah, speaking of initial design and locations, obviously people have seen what locations are at this point. Can you talk me through kind of how they came to be?
Definitely, yeah. So locations, I think, started with the very core idea of the design team for a long time, wanting to explore places and locations and turning those into actual cards in the game. If you think back to Ungoro, one of the older expansions that right now, we did that through the quest cards. They're kind of these scenic shots on the art, and those are really sweet. But I think we wanted to make sure, or we wanted to explore fully what a place feels like in Hearthstone and try to find the gameplay behind that. That was sort of the driving force behind the locations you see today. And so I think at the start of the development of the Alterac Valley expansion, we actually tried to, find what locations mean in Hearthstone. You can see the byproduct of that from Alterac Valley with the objective cards, the spells that you play that last 3 turns. Those were sort of the remnant of our very early ideas of what locations could be. And so now, in Murder at Castle Nathria, you can see the, full-fledged perfect iteration of what locations are in Hearthstone.
And this set, locations make a lot of sense, right? Because it's this exploration of this dark castle with all these cool places that you can perhaps get caught killing someone.
Yeah.
When I first heard the kind of concept for the set, I was like, oh, this is like Hearthstone Clue. It's going to be like, it was, Prince Arthas in Stratholme with the purging or whatever, But as far as what the locations do, right? One thing that sort of been suggested, these are to enable players to kind of play a little bit more on the board, right? There's been a pattern over the past year or so of Hearthstone. There's been a lot of decks that do a lot of things from hand, a lot of combos that tend to win the game. How do locations kind of promote that kind of gameplay of more being on the board?
Yeah, so locations, I think the biggest thing is that they add a level of security to the plans you have further on in the game. When you play a location, you can use the ability on the location immediately, but you can choose not to. You can choose to hold off for a turn, because they do have a cooldown of once you use it, next turn they're turned off, then they're back on next turn. But if you play a location and then don't touch it, next turn you can then play a minion or do whatever combo ability, big play you want to do with the location's ability in mind as this kind of again, a security to ensure that you're getting the sweetest play possible next turn.
So if your opponent shield shatters your board, which that happened to me a lot, I'll say, in the past year or so, you can still play something and buff it with a location or get whatever sort of bonus effect. Okay, very cool. Well, I'm sure everyone out there is anxious to actually see these locations in action, so can we play?
Yeah,
let's play.
Definitely.
All right.
And you're going to be playing a mage deck full of a bunch of brand new cards that people haven't seen. So.
Everyone likes brand new cards. That's what we're here for,
I also hear that one of the main suspects of Murder at Castle Nathria is actually in your deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Looks like the detective.
We've got the detective, Murloc Holmes. I'm a big fan of this guy.
Yeah, I love his golden animation so much.
Yeah, look at him. I guess we can't really, we got to mulligan first. All right, we're gonna keep the new card and mulligan all the non-new cards.
As you do.
That is the correct mulligan decision in these reveal streams.
I think so.
This is my second or subsequent rodeo. So, all right, and here we have our location.
Nightcloak Sanctum.
All right, so 3 cost, freeze a minion, summon a 2/2 volatile skeleton. Okay, and we got a click clocker. Nothing we can really do here, so we'll just go ahead and end the turn and hope to draw more new stuff. Speaking of new stuff, Frozen Touch, another card from this set.
The Infuse keyword, brand new for this expansion.
So for people who may not have seen that, how does Infuse work?
Infuse is the new keyword where, while it's in your hand, after X friendly minions die, it upgrades to its more powered up version. In this case, after 3 friendly minions die. And Different cards have different infuse counts.
All right, well, this is the location gameplay stream, so we're going to coin our location here.
Yeah, of course.
The Nightcloak Stadium. So we play this.
Sanctum.
Sanctum, sorry, not Stadium. Nightcloak Sanctum, okay. So now, and we just kind of click it and drag it to something.
Yep.
All right, we're going to freeze you and
Boom.
summon a 2/2 Volatile Skeleton with Death Rattle, deal 2 to a random enemy.
Which notably, Volatile Skeleton is a collectible card itself.
Okay.
It's a neutral card.
Got it. All right, and we'll end our turn. And this closes off. So this is, and we see the little hourglass. So that indicates, as you mentioned, it has a cooldown. So next turn we're not gonna be able to use it, correct?
Or
Okay.
yes, you're correct. Nope, you're not going to be able to use it. Just to be clear. And one of the fun things about locations visually is, you know, in the theme of Castle Nathria, this very like regal location, we kind of styled or the art team styled the location pucks on the board and in their card frame, kind of like these very nice portraits. And you can see the doors on the location open up.
Oh yeah, you see that? It's kind of halfway open, so we're almost able to go back there.
Yep.
All right, so now we got to decide what we're going to do this turn. So I kind of want to get the infuse bonus to even just find out, oh, this gives me a second copy of itself. I was going to say, to find out what a frozen touch is, then I'm like, wait, this is a frozen touch.
And to be clear, it gives you the uninfused version.
Okay, so it gives you a version that cannot give you...
Yeah.
Wait, well, can it continue?
Yeah.
Okay,
so it'll give you the
uninfused-
default version, so you
Got
have to
it.
re-infuse that
Got it.
one.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yes. All right, well...
You might want to maybe go on the defensive, just to...
I don't know what the clues are for this. So I think I want to try and just hold off and stay alive, get this infused. So we're going to play a treasure guard here. I might want to attack first into something, see if we can get... I can also just attack and ping.
True.
So this is going to be doing 2 damage to a random enemy. All right, I'm going to start by attacking here and see where my damage goes.
Fingers crossed it hits.
Boom.
Oh, hit face. Always face.
No.
Always face.
That was the worst case scenario. Okay,
Well, now you're winning.
We're going to play
You're one
treasure
health
guard.
above
It's
him.
true. I am winning in the health race.
And for Murloc Holmes, I think, generally speaking, it might actually be a good thing to hold off to play it, because the more you know about your opponent's cards, the better off you are in actually getting all the clues right.
Okay, so what are the clues that we're looking at?
The first clue is you have to guess which card started in your opponent's hand.
Okay, and that's obviously a lot easier once you've seen cards played out. Okay,
Yep.
so now I can use this. It's back. But the red indicates this is my last use of it.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go ahead and use this here.
Get frozen.
Boom, freeze that, and we get this, and now our location is gone.
Yep.
Okay, and now we have many, many volatile skeletons, though.
You drew both of the ones that are in your deck.
So I feel like with this in our hand...
Oh, actually, never mind. I thought your skeleton was able to attack. and I was
No,
like,
yeah.
Infuse!
So this is an interesting spot, because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, do I want to play out more stuff, or do I want to wait and see if I get the opportunity to use this? I think I'm just going to go ahead and play out my 2 volatile skeletons, because if he wants to trade with me here, that's also great, right? Any attack into that is very awkward for him.
Those health totals on his side of the board, perfect.
They are beautiful, beautiful.
And going back to Murloc Holmes, the second clue. The second clue is guessing what's currently in their hand.
Okay.
So once you get a feel for what their deck is, what their game plan is, and what
That's
they might be
interesting.
holding on to, it's especially useful if they're running infused cards.
Sure,
Because if
yeah,
they're
like,
infused, you know that's the one.
All right, yep, and unsurprisingly, go in face here.
Now he's winning. Dang.
All right, so we want to get one of our guys killed and then be able to cast our frozen touch.
Yeah, and then-
So let's start here.
Fingers crossed.
Boom.
Okay, that was pretty good.
All right. So now we can frozen touch. We'll frozen touch this guy.
Good call.
So we get another frozen touch, and now we can start infusing that one.
yeah.
We'll attack here. All right.
Nice, nice.
I think we're gonna ping this because we want to try and hit that. We could also, actually, how much does this matter? We have this. We could also just play this. Maybe I do want to play this and get a spell here.
Yeah.
Because this also gives me another minion in play, which will get this on.
The
So I'm gonna
frozen,
play my first, because we might say like Shooting Star, right?
Yeah. First flame?
First Flames. Ooh, this is a new card.
Yeah. New secret. Ooh. Of course, with murder, there's secrets abound.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take this First Flame, and now this is actually excellent. So we're gonna attack here, see where that goes. Yes.
That was ideal.
Boom. Look at that. And now only one more for our frozen touch to come back. So
Go ahead.
infuse. So all of the infuse cards are care about your friendly minions dying.
Yes.
Correct. So one of the things that similar to sort of what you were talking about with the locations themselves, promoting board-based gameplay. Infuse encourages you to play minions in a deck to maximize the power of those, which at least to some extent ends up making decks that are looking to play from the board. Ooh, a brand.
A brand. Brand Murloc Holmes? If you get it wrong,
I want all the cards.
do it again.
I feel like that may be a little overeager here.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
All right, I feel like we want to just do some cleanup on this board here.
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and frozen touch this. I don't think we need to use our blizzard. We can just clear off all of these things.
Get them out of here.
These and not bother using our second flame. As they go.
I think this mage deck, I really, really like. I'm really excited to play this deck once the expansion comes out, because this deck is all about summoning skeletons and exploding your skeletons. It's a very minion-focused deck.
So from the trailer and that theme, I'm gonna guess there might be the Kel'Thuzad.
I mean, I don't want to point fingers.
I'm just saying.
I'll leave that to Murloc Holmes.
I will say the Kel'Thuzad here.
There we go.
I feel like I am the detective here, right? I called out the clues. All right. Resurrect your volatile skeletons. Any that can't fit in the battlefield instantly explode?
I was saying that this deck's all about summoning skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is.
Wow. Okay.
Mr. Skeleton, if you will.
I feel like I want more skeletons.
You want as many as you possibly can, right?
I'm just saying right now before I play this.
Yeah.
Because I want to have stuff blow up and hit their guys.
Because even summoning 4 is that's quite a big board, right?
Yeah.
To play on turn 8. But
I also kind of feel like I want to play Murloc Holmes, even though it's probably not great. I'm going to play Murloc Holmes this turn.
Oh, I love the animation.
I feel like I have some clues.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Ooh, this is a tough one because we don't know.
Oh my God.
We haven't seen any of these played.
Oh, and the rope's up.
I'll pick Murloc Holmes. It wasn't Murloc Holmes.
Darn.
Curses.
Darn, you should have brand Murloc Holmes.
Yeah, then I'd have more information for the second one. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and ping this.
Good call. Sweet.
I'm going to cast this now too, just to get that Divine Shield off.
Another good call.
Don't want to waste your mana.
True.
You gotta use your mana when you have it. You can't take it with you.
I think that was a top deck. I think Oh my God. And he's gonna get all of them right.
I feel like Shaggy has a bit more information than I do.
Uh-oh. So for context, the last clue is what's in your opponent's deck.
He missed.
So he doesn't know what's in your deck. Big bummer. Big bummer.
I feel like I need to play this deck with the Kel'Thuzad hero. I love the Kel'Thuzad hero. He's so cool.
Kel'Thuzad Inception. And in Wild, with the other Kel'Thuzads, just have a KT Partey.
All right, he has a lot of damage on the board. That's kind of scary. I think we're gonna go ahead and Blizzard this board.
You do also have the Infuse Frozen Touch, if you want to use that.
This is,
Oh no, it's not infused. Never mind.
It's not infused currently.
I'm a liar.
So I think I might just cast the uninfused Frozen Touch to kill this guy, though.
True. Yeah, I think one of the interesting parts of Infuse is deciding, am I going to have enough minions on board soon to be able to get the Infuse payoff, or do I just do this right now?
Okay, there's a lot still here, but we do have Bran plus School Teacher and the ability to play out 2 Nagalings. So I do feel pretty comfortable here. I want to play the Kel'Thuzad, but I want to wait for the Kel'Thuzad to be scarier.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't actually do that much to impact the board right now. So let's School Teacher. Okay. Polymorph Jellyfish.
Gets rid of the draw.
It does get rid of, it does.
Or it could get rid of the
It does
horse.
leave a 4-power guy. It's probably still our best option,
That is
though.
true.
Second one. Huh.
If you take the Visage and he attacks with the taunt first.
Well, we have Bran, so we get 2. I'm gonna build 2 snowmen.
That's true.
Pick me.
So let's get rid of this.
Twice.
Yeah. All right, this is still not great for me. He's got 10 damage on the board.
Yeah.
We're sort of in trouble.
To be fair,
But I'm getting a lot of stuff here, so.
and I'm not sure how much Paladin can really benefit off of spell damage.
It's true.
Right?
Having a bunch of guys in play is very good for Paladin, though, because
Yes.
they have buffs and things
Yeah.
like that, so I'm a little scared.
Uh-oh. Well,
All right?
I'm gonna eat my
All right.
words. I mean, if he goes face, right, your board is full.
It's true.
You can play KT.
Kel'Thuzad can be, and right
instantly
now,
explode
if he doesn't
him.
kill Bran, I hope he doesn't kill Bran. Let's go. Don't kill Bran. Sure,
Okay.
that's fine. Leave Bran alone. What did Bran do to you?
Bran's an accomplice in murder. Or will be.
Excuse me. Kel'Thuzad is innocent. Oh, he is going face.
This isn't even lethal, right? But it's sweet.
No, it is. All right, so this gives me 8 explosions.
Yeah.
All right, we're doing it. I don't care if it's right, we're doing it. I'm gonna ping this first.
Yep.
Get the Divine Shield off. Boom! Let's go. Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, well, we're gonna kill this, and then everything's going face. Come on. Come on, mouse. Listen to me, mouse. Playing Kel'Thuzad, I clearly froze my fingers. Doesn't he say something like that? Like the ice in your veins will,
Will
freeze.
consume
I
your
don't
soul or
remember
something.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you did play several frozen touches.
So
right?
I had to, listen to Kel'Thuzad a lot because I did original Nax in
Oh, yeah.
vanilla. Ooh, we saw this guy earlier. For each paladin your card in your hand, randomly gain Divine Shield, Lifesteal, Rush, or Taunt. Whoa. So this is like kind of a mono paladin effect. He's just leaving us with the brand. I mean, he did kill Kel'Thuzad, so.
That's more of like a power play, right?
Yeah, so deal 2 damage to all minions, summon a 2/2 volatile skeleton for each killed.
So one fun thing about Deathborn is in World of Warcraft, in the Shadowlands expansion, there's different covenant spells based on which, basically based on which covenant you side with. You get a different covenant spell for your class based on that covenant. And for each of the classes, we did make a covenant spell based on their murder suspect. That's the exact one from WoW.
Interesting.
So that is I think it's the Maldraxxus Mage covenant spell.
Ooh, Frozen Touch, Shattering Blast, Ignite. We get double cast in each of these.
Shattering Blast with your 2 skeletons, does that mean anything?
No, they need to freeze
Or your
the
2
guys.
snowmen.
I think we're just gonna take Ignite. We'll put a bunch of Ignites in our deck. It'll be cool. Oh God.
First flame, first flame.
Pick me. Pick me. Pick me.
And this is gonna leave me with second flames. The animation time though. Oh no! It took too much time listening to your story!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all part of my plan.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
I think, no, it didn't go through. It didn't go through.
I didn't get my things, no! I'm dead!
I mean, maybe Chalky will be. No, he's not. There we go.
The
There we go.
covenant spells in the story got me killed.
Well, now I just won't tell that story in the next game, right? We save time.
There are
for that game.
priorities, People out there care more about hearing cool stuff about the set than they do about me winning, even if my ego is terribly bruised.
That was the first game of Locations and the Skeleton Mage deck. You also got to play KT.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
Kel'Thuzad
sweet.
was cool.
Yeah.
I still blame playing Kel'Thuzad as my mouse getting frozen, so it couldn't maneuver.
That's reasonable. That's
Yeah.
fair.
So you mentioned this is one of your favorite decks, and what is the reasoning behind that? What about it speaks to you?
I think the biggest thing is, I think Mage, I mean with Sunken City we had Mech Mage, which is Mech Mage and Naga Mage, which are both very board focused, build up your big board of your minions. And I think this is in a similar vein, but I just like seeing the skeletons explode and just deal random damage all over the place.
One of the interesting things about the skeletons to me is that they are damage to a random enemy, not random minion.
Yep.
So it kind of can play as both board control and as a finisher.
Yeah.
If you have Kel'Thuzad and you've had 10 skeletons die and you manage to play it with Bran or something like that can just kill your opponent right there.
Yep.
But it can also be this kind of mid-rangey board control, grind out, kill your opponent stuff. And that's that kind of dynamic aspect of how that mechanic can play out is interesting to me.
And I think when we saw you play Kel'Thuzad, Chalky had a board full of minions, and you cleared all of them off, right? You had to use some attacks for the final one. If he had no minions, it would have been just as devastating for him to get hit in the face by all those skeletons. So
let's play another game.
Okay, okay.
I want to play another game. So let's go. All right. Well, here we have our opening hand. 2 locations.
you can coin Sanctum
Yeah.
into Sanctum.
So you can have 2 of them in play at once.
you definitely
so they're,
can.
they're not like unique. Because for instance, the objectives in Alterac Valley were unique. You
Yes.
only have one of those in play at a
Yes.
time. These, I assume, because they take up a board slot.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have multiple. So I want to keep both these.
Yeah.
Let's mulligan these. They are not new cards.
I think one cool thing about right now, you're going to play 1 on turn 2, at least I hope, and then 1 on turn 3. That kind of delay where you have that turn off from playing it. If you play both one after another, you don't have that, right? You can actually use the effect every turn.
Because of the offset and sort of the cooldown that they have.
Yep.
All right. Let's end turn. And they do, they take up a spot in the board. So how does that interact with things like, say, mass removal effects or cleave effects? Like, they're not minions,
Yep.
so your opponent casts Twisting Nether, they're not going to die.
Yeah.
But what if your opponent were to attack with like a minion with cleave or a weapon with cleave?
So your opponent can't attack locations. They just can't like damage them. And if against cleave, you position your board so that it's minion, location, minion, location, minion, their cleaves are just kind of useless because the cleaves are trying to hit the locations, but those aren't minions, they can't take
So
damage.
they're kind of just like, in that case, like you had a dormant minion in between.
Yeah,
Okay.
precisely.
Let me see that close up. We have our first skeleton of the game.
Oh yeah.
Murloc Holmes is back as well. I feel like this time I know more of the cards that he seems to have in his deck. So, well, this is a very interesting card in a number of ways, right? Because if you are someone who plays a ton of Hearthstone, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have a sense of what all the cards that are typically played in decks, you'll have like a better sense. Like, for instance, does this only pull cards from their deck, like actually in their deck?
So I think the the logic of Murloc Holmes, there's a lot to it. There's a lot that's factored in, but my understanding
that guy, 'cause he won't
is
die.
that what it does first is it pulls the cards from your opponent's opening hand, current hand, and deck, and puts those in. Then what it tries to do is find invalid options that are still in their deck, or that still started in their deck, to put in like the wrong answers. And then I think if for whatever reason, like you somehow play Murloc Holmes on turn 1, and their deck is just you've seen too little of their deck for information for like to have incorrect answers, it just pulls from cards that the class has in rotation.
Interesting. All right, so we have 1 location up. We have this. We're gonna definitely freeze the big guy
Yep.
and get another skeleton.
That's already 3 skeletons.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're just on a skeleton plan. We're just gonna play this. We're gonna ping off this divine shield and attack here. Look at our skeletons go.
And like you were saying earlier, even if they trade into the skeletons, they're still gonna do some damage. Ideally, remove some minions.
Boom.
Face.
Okay, face. Not what we're looking for necessarily.
Face.
Wow, these are very aggressive skeletons.
I had a
This guy did
game.
not get rush.
I had a game in our last play test that I think my first like 5 skeletons face, and they had a board of minions.
Listen, they have a plan, okay? Don't doubt the skeleton's plan. All right. Well, we do have a freeze target here. I think.
Do you maybe spell coiler or do you school teacher to find like to get the noggling to fill out your curve?
We have, like, I feel like we might want to ping off one of these divine shields because the divine shields just line up pretty poorly for where we're at.
Yeah.
I feel like this is happening 100% of the time.
Always.
So we're gonna freeze this guy. Yeah, let's play the spell coiler.
Frozen Touch is good.
Interesting.
Deathborn's good. Not to say Fireball's not good, but it's not a new card.
We haven't played this card yet, so I'm gonna take this card.
Sweet.
We're gonna ping this, and then we're gonna attack face.
The skeleton's inspired something.
I'm gonna
in you.
use this here to get rid of the divine shield.
Skeletons go face, Kibler goes face.
Well, Deathborn obviously works well with your own volatile skeletons,
Yeah,
right? Because you
yeah.
have your own volatile skeletons. You can kill your volatile skeletons with Deathborn to get even more volatile skeletons.
My favorite thing to do in the mirror match is as soon as they play the Deathborn to kill my board of skeletons, you just play one right back.
That catacomb card, rude. Okay, so we have a plan. It might have changed. No, it didn't change.
I mean, you can delay for a
We
turn,
can,
right?
but we're gonna do this, and then
There's a chance the skeleton's death rattle will actually hit the low health stuff.
there
now, right?
is. Well, oh wait. Well, this will kill these, right?
Yeah.
So their death rattle shouldn't hit these.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna trade them first and then.
No.
Okay. No, I see.
no,
I see what you're doing.
We're going in. We have this plan. It's an ambitious plan, but it's gonna give us 4 more skeletons, and we could get lucky and double hit. No, we didn't.
I mean, they got low, right?
Okay, it's fine.
The snob
It's
still
fine.
dies to a skeleton.
Yeah. It's a lot of damage though.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're getting a ton of skeletons for once we inevitably get Kel'Thuzad. By inevitably, I mean, I really hope we get Kel'Thuzad.
I mean, he is Kel'Thuzad the inevitable, so.
It does. It's right in the name.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, ooh, the noble mount. Okay. I have a sweet play for anyone out there who hasn't seen it.
Okay.
Bran plus
Ooh.
Varden freezes all of them, then deals 4 to all of them.
Boom, boom.
Ba-boom, ba-boom. Boom.
For a second, I was like, wait. I thought, hang on. But no, it's just the delay from the weapon.
Yeah. All right, and then these are all going face. Yeah, Bran Varden in, I like Big Spell Mage.
Oh, yeah.
That plays Bran Varden, and that is a lot of fun.
The Bran sticks. You can live the Bran Murloc Holmes dream.
Yeah. Multiple shots at getting this right. No, leave him alone. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Still alive.
He has no cards in his hand.
This here prismatic jewel kit is not so hot right now. Okay, so we don't have room for school teacher right now. We could make room for school teacher.
Yeah, because some of the skeletons are going to die, right?
I kind of want to brand Murloc Holmes, but we could just die if we like. So I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
All right, Shattering Blast. Where were you last turn, Shattering Blast? I will take. I mean, Snap Freeze is actually insane with this because I have the brand. So it's actually just kill a guy.
Jellyfish.
Shooting Star is also excellent. All right, we're gonna take this Shooting Star. We're gonna attack here.
And
You're
okay.
first going to brand Snap Freeze, which freezes this, then kills it.
You're getting all the if frozen brain combos.
And now this one is going to shoot here twice.
Oh man.
Look at this. Look at this domination. All right. I still can't move this mouse fast enough. Oh no. Oh no.
Freeze. It's too much.
Oh no. We don't even have Kel'Thuzad yet.
So one thing, I know I talk about Murloc Holmes a lot, but he is not going to have any cards in his hand unless he draws a bunch right now.
Tomorrow.
If you play Murloc Holmes while their hand is empty or their deck is empty, I think you just skip over that clue. And
Oh, interesting.
You go to the next one. So you don't get 3 cards, but technically.
Well, you know what? We're gonna try it. Bran's dead, but I want a Murloc Holmes now. Boom.
Well, he's investigating Bran's murder.
Yeah, Bran just got killed. That was really unacceptable. He definitely had this in the starting hand because he played it on turn 1, and then this card is in your
skips the
opponent's
second
deck.
one. So.
Okay, it's definitely not Samuro. That's a legendary that's in play.
Yeah. He already played 1 Catacomb Guard.
I mean, we saw this in the previous game, so.
Hey!
Look at
that! Boom.
Boom. Yes.
Thank you for the taunts.
Okay. All right, I kind of want to get. I need to get this killed so I can go get Kel'Thuzad and blow him up. All right, I'm not going to play that. I want to somehow let him get this killed so we can Kel'Thuzad him.
You can also frozen touch it yourself.
It's true. It's true. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're gonna attack here. Frozen touch this. I assume my highest cost thing is Kel'Thuzad.
I also assumed the same thing. Hey,
9
skeletons.
Kaboom!
Hey.
Yes.
And imagine if Bran had stuck.
I know. That was beautiful. It worked out a lot better when I actually clicked things instead of not clicking things and dying. Now that we've had a chance to see both the volatile skeleton Kel'Thuzad gameplay a bit, as well as location in that deck, I'm sure everyone out there and myself want to know more about other locations, right?
Definitely. We can actually take a look at 2 of them that people have yet to see.
All right, ooh.
The first one we might want to look at is the priest one, the Cathedral of Atonement.
Okay.
So the Cathedral of Atonement, let's pull it up right here.
All right, Cathedral of Atonement. Here it is.
It is a 3-mana location with 3 durability. Give a minion +2/+1 and draw a card.
Wow.
So this effect, it's pretty simple, easy to understand.
But very good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's funny because one of the things that I have been, I've played a ton of Priest. Priest is my most played class. One of the things that I find, a little bit frustrating sometimes as a Priest player is the inability to do stuff in the early turns of the game that feels like it matters.
Yeah.
Right? There's the kind of stereotypical like hero power emote on turn 2 as a Priest, right?
Yeah.
And if you're playing kind of a mid-range or a controlling type Priest deck, or even a proactive Priest deck, and you just miss an early play, it feels really, really bad. But this gives you something that you can play out. And Priest, outside of kind of combo card draw stuff in the form of Handmaiden or Northshire Cleric, really does struggle with actual card draw. And this is something that gives you a productive way to use your mana in the early turns of the game, a way to solidify a board presence and card draw.
Yeah.
It's kind of everything I want in like a proactive Priest card.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing about this card is both halves, the buff and the card draw, I think are very useful, right? Like you said, Priest I think struggles a little bit with card draw. Recently, Handmaiden offers, 3 mana draw 3, which is kind of huge for Priest.
It is, but only for a very specific type of Priest deck.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I have tried to make Dragon Priest work so many times since Draconid Operative was brought back in the core set, and have really just failed repeatedly, right? And a big part of that is, without something like Twilight Whelp to play in the early game, you just don't have that much that you can do that really gives you value for your mana that you're spending. And this both gives you that card draw, gives you that ability to buff your minions, make them both more threatening and more survivable.
Yep.
As well as help you find those other key cards in your deck by giving you card draw. This is 3 cards.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's over the course of a number of turns because of the cooldown and the fact that you can only use it, once every other turn effectively with the cooldown.
Yeah.
But it's really, really powerful, it feels like, in those sorts of decks.
And there's something to be said about, let's say, worst nightmare ever happens. You don't actually play any minions, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, or you play something and it gets removed. You can still play this on turn 3, and then your turn 4 play is just better. You get another card, and you get a little bit of an extra buff.
It's not like a buff spell where you need something to have survived a turn, right? And that can be challenging against control decks that have a lot of removal, especially in the sort of middle turns of the game. You could be sitting there with your blesses and whatever in your hand. You're like, oh, everything's dying, right? But no, this seems very, very cool. I'm very excited to play with this.
Yeah.
And you said we had another one to get to see today.
Oh yeah, this one's another simple one, but it might be a little bit different than what you're used to seeing in Druid. It is the Hedge Maze. 3 mana.
Hedge Maze, okay.
Hedge Maze, boom. 3 mana, trigger a friendly minion's death rattle. And this one, notably, has 2 durability. Not every location is going to have the same amount of durability. Some of them have 2, some of them have 3. Who knows how much durability they might have in the future, but as for the actual card itself, Death Rattle Druid.
Yeah, that's something that sort of leaped out to me immediately here. We haven't really seen Death Rattle synergies in Druid, so what's going on here? Why is that their location?
So in Murder at Castle Nathria, obviously with murder in the title, death is a big part of the set. And so we found
Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. We found a lot of opportunities to kind of promote some like death incentive gameplay in classes that don't usually get that gameplay. And with Druid, not to spoil too much, what's really cool about Hedge Maze, you play this on 3 or like 4 or 5 or whatever, and what you can do is wait until you play a huge Death Rattle minion. If you're going second, coin it out, boom, immediately trigger its Death Rattle, and
I mean, I have probably played more Burning Blade Acolytes than like anyone else on the planet,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
I have played Death Rattle Rogue, Death
Yeah.
Rattle, Warlock, and now I'm gonna be playing Death Rattle Druid and hedge mazing those. And
Yeah.
they will never get the Demon Seed, okay?
No, never. There's some other spicy Death Rattles in this set that
Okay,
we're not going to
okay.
reveal right now that are pretty
More
sweet
to
with
look
Hedge
forward
Maze.
to out there.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of very cool things from these locations that we've seen, and each class has a location. Is that correct?
Each class is getting
a lot
one
more
location.
that we will see coming up, and there are. Obviously these locations, they have the durability, they only persist for a period of time. There are other ways that players can interact with them, right?
Yeah.
Like if there are decks that are using very powerful locations, I don't know if you want to actually share anything about that now, but a acidic location ooze, is the sort of thing we might expect to see.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, with a set so secretive as Murder at Castle Nathria, I don't want to spoil anything.
I'm trying to be Sherlock Holmes over here, okay? I'm trying to suss out the clues.
For the most part, locations, you're kind of guaranteed to get their effects, at the very least the turn you play them.
Right.
Right.
Okay, well, very cool. And outside of locations, there any other cards maybe from the decks that we played today that we haven't seen that we can take a look at? Okay, here is one that we had in the deck that we did not see. This is another skeleton card. Summon 2/2 volatile skeletons, gain 4 armor.
Yeah.
So I have actually been a big fan of the armor element of Frost Mage, giving you a way to kind of stay alive.
Yep.
Armor in particular, in a world where stuff like Bomb Rogue feels very important in controlling decks. You need ways to keep yourself alive, and this gives you a way to both sort of obviously fuel your future Kel'Thuzad, as well as keep yourself afloat to the point that you can actually draw that Kel'Thuzad and not be dead by the time you hit it.
Even in the games that we saw, Chalky managed to race you down to like sub 15 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
I could have used this.
Yeah.
I mean, I still would have been dead in the first game when I, actually didn't play my cards, but it would have helped.
Yeah.
It would have helped. And
I think
then,
that might be the only new one.
was there anything from Chalky's deck that we didn't see?
I'm not sure. I mean, the Elitist Snob, if we want to talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah. So Elitist Snob, the Paladin card that we saw, we have seen sort of pure Paladin stuff in the past, and this isn't quite that. Right, this isn't quite the cards that reward you for only
100%.
playing Paladin cards,
Yeah.
but this rewards you for playing a bunch of Paladin cards.
Yeah. I think we actually also saw in the last mini set for the Sunken City mini set, the Light Ray, which is another like pure Paladin, but it doesn't have to be all the way pure Paladin card. This is in the same vein. And I mean, minimal spoilers, you will see other pure Paladin-ish cards coming soon.
And well, this sort of thing, compared to the original pure Paladin type cards, this allows you to play with some neutral cards that are still very powerful. Like for instance, like Varian Rin, right? Is an incredibly, it's not Varian Rin, I don't remember what the name of the
King
actual.
of Stormwind,
King
I
of
think.
Stormwind, yeah. There's the Varian Rin original was the
respect on his name.
The warrior card, but the Varian King of Stormwind is incredibly powerful in Paladin decks. Right, and often would be a card compared to the original pure Paladin cards, which required you to only play Paladins and no neutral cards. You couldn't play that card in your deck, right? So this enables you to still be rewarded for playing a Paladin-heavy deck, while also being able to play with cards like Varian King of Stormwind that really help your deck go.
Yeah, and I mean, this payout is
really
pretty
big.
good. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. If you have all 4, this is what's that one card? Corpse Taker from old,
Yeah.
the like Divine Shield taunt.
That one got Wind Fury too.
Yes, yeah.
But this also, the fact that I don't believe that one ever could have ever Rush.
No,
that one was Wind Fury rather than Rush of these mechanics. But this also works very well with hand buff stuff, which is naturally part of the Paladin kit right now.
Yeah.
As we saw in the game with Chalky with the Prismatic Jewel kit, and I forget the name of the 2-1 for 3 now.
Bannerman.
Bannerman, yes. Banana Man.
We even saw this. He played it, didn't get all the triggers. Got,
Yeah, it was
I
like
think,
an 80 or
Lifesteal
something.
and
It was an 80.
Lifesteal, Divine Shield, and it was still a threat.
Yeah,
it
it's
kept
still
him
huge.
like topped off for a couple turns.
I think that's all the cards we have to see today.
Yep.
So thank you very much for joining me for this. I am
Yeah.
very excited from seeing all this. I did want to know if there's anything we haven't seen that you might want to tease a little bit, something that might be your favorite that we
Yeah.
haven't gotten to look at just yet.
I mean, there is one card that I'm really excited for, among many, but the one that I'm
Say
most...
just one.
Yeah, I'm only excited for one. The one I'm most excited for, it's probably the coolest weapon / minion that we've ever seen in Hearthstone.
I don't think we've seen any weapon / minions, so does Tyrion count? Is he a weapon / minion?
There's that
I
one
don't-
elemental from Dark Moon that turns into a weapon.
Okay.
He's just okay. He's
Okay.
pretty cool.
All
He's
right.
pretty cool.
All right.
But
All right. Well, there you have it. Weapon / minion that's going to be coming up. But thank you very much again for joining me for this, for the location preview here for Castle of Murder at Castle Nathria.
Castle of Murder.
Castle of
Nathria.
Murdering. I got murdered by Chalky there,
Yep.
and I'm still frozen, from that. But
Yeah.
but yes, location reveal for Murder at Castle Nathria. I am very excited to see what all else is in the set, and I hope you all at home are too. So thank you very much for watching, and we will see you at an upcoming undisclosed location, perhaps that you can find with the help of Murloc Holmes soon. So take care. We'll see you then.